The Lincoln Law Pod is a part of so many shows and discusses the events from each episode of The Lincoln Lawyer, which all 4 seasons are available now on Netflix. In this episode of the Lincoln Law Pod, we'll be discussing the season 4 finale of The Lincoln Lawyer, titled The Law of Innocence. The episode was directed by Liz Friedlander, and it was written by co-showrunners Ted Humphrey and Dailyn Rodriguez. Dailyn and I had a nice chat about these last few episodes of the season, and she has some nice behind-the-scenes tidbits for us, so please stick around after our discussion about the episode to hear Dailyn's insights. Minnesota. Oh, yeah, you
Yeah,
bet.
it just, I mean, Fargo was set in Minnesota, right?
Yes, Fargo was set in the
And that was a very extreme accent, right?
Yes.
That was hilarious.
Yes, they purposely made it that way. It's like, go Bears. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? We're having fun. Right?
We are.
We're having fun, right? Everybody, right? We're having fun.
Yes.
Right.
I'm going to miss these podcasts.
You make us work for this, Mike.
I know.
Anything worth doing, right?
Our time traveler, Valerie. It's tomorrow
Yes.
and a different
Yep.
season.
Yes.
Yeah. Upside down and ahead.
But we don't bring them out for our special guests. You know, they might, we kind of keep them in the closet. And
Well, speaking of special, you guys talk to Pete? All rise. The Lincoln Law Pod is in session. In this episode, boxed in between Death Row Dana and a full-on federal probe, Mickey makes a gamble that could be his salvation or his undoing. Lorna, Cisco, Maggie, Izzy, and Grace all lend a hand helping Mickey out of his situation. And as the season closes out, Mickey meets a new acquaintance. We have the whole gang here. Well, minus Pete. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to join us tonight, but I got all of our main contributors from this season of the Lincoln Law Pod for the Lincoln Lawyer Show on tonight. We got Valerie from Australia. Say hello, Valerie.
Hello. G'day.
G'day. Seriously, I love the Australian accent. I really do. We have Tarcia from Grits Gab joining us again this evening as well. Why don't you say hi too?
Howdy, y'all.
You're from the Georgia region, right?
Savannah, Georgia.
Savannah. All right. And another Georgian, Tracey from so many shows. Thanks for joining in and say hello.
hello, everybody.
Yeah, so we got 4 different people from 3 different time zones, Australia, Georgia, and Minnesota. We're multicultural and everything like that.
Minnesotans have a good accent too. You're talking about the Australian accent, but
Yes. Southern.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this episode, we find out what happens with Mickey being taken away by the deputy sheriff at the end of the last episode. If that was a favorite moment of yours at the beginning of the episode there, why don't you go ahead and jump in and tell us what happened?
Well, it wasn't a favorite moment for me, but I don't like all the drama around that. I mean, it was essentially like Mickey was being kidnapped, only to be taken to this clandestine spot to meet with a Fed.
Yeah.
It's just like, really, the Feds couldn't come up with, why would you do that to somebody? That's scary.
that
I
could take
know,
years
it
off
was
his life. Yeah.
My
I know,
anxiety
the whole-
was through the roof. The first few minutes, when the deputy was taking him, it's just like, oh my God, where's he taking him? Where's he taking him? And then he pulls up, and then here comes, what's her name?
Dawn.
Agent Ruth.
Dawn. Yeah,
Yeah.
Agent Dawn. It's just like, really? You couldn't have found a better way to meet with him?
Yes.
And
And the whole thing about the phone jammer, it was just
All
like
of that.
that
Why?
is just, and then they go to some like empty under the bridge
By the
clandestine.
docks kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. Isn't that where druggies and whatever hide? And like, it's just
Exactly.
so weird.
Yeah, why'd they have
And
to make
Richard
it
just
seem
says,
so
sorry
shady?
for the dramatics, and I'm like, no kidding. That was way over the top there.
And I did have a question for you all because I know everyone read the books. I haven't read them, but is that in the book?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I
I
don't
hadn't
think there
read the
was
book in a good while or listened to the book in a long time. So I didn't remember it. So I was really
Mm.
stressed out.
Okay.
My favorite part about that scene, aside from the initial relief that, he was safe was the flashbacks. I love when they do that in the Lincoln Lawyer storytelling, when they take you back scene by scene and walk you through what happened, filling in the gaps.
Yep.
I really enjoyed that, kind of putting all the pieces together, with Sam and what he was doing and him scamming the scammer. And it's always just good to see more Sam on screen. I kind of hope that in the future, maybe somehow we'll still see some of him.
Hopefully.
He's been such a good character, not necessarily a good ethical character, but interesting character.
I want to add on to what you were just saying with the flashbacks. I remember you saying in season 4, episode 4, our discussion on the podcast, that Sam Scales said that nobody notices him down here in the wheelchair, right?
Yeah.
Well, somebody noticed him when he's up high in the truck. In the truck.
Yeah.
Right.
So he gets noticed by Alex Gazarian in the truck, and he's up a little bit higher. I kind of put that together because I think I was watching the episode, or like had it on the background when I was editing our episode 4 podcast. I'm like, oh wait, Tracey said that, and then now he's in the truck up high and somebody notices him. So thought that was a good little correlation there. So who else has a favorite moment from this episode? It was one of the shorter episodes of the season. So
it really was. That caught my attention. I'll go ahead and do a favorite moment because we really haven't done favorite moments. And this is just random, but the part where Mickey says, the biggest thing I've learned out of all of this is that so many people think I'm an asshole.
Last conversation.
I just laughed so hard at that. Like, that's what you got out of all of this?
Yeah.
You
the big reveal.
And you are on trial for murder, but that's what you got out of all of this.
He's been enlightened.
Yes.
Yeah, I just thought it was a cute moment.
It is funny.
Yeah. No, it was also a great moment with Maggie there too at the end. I don't know if it was Dawn Ruth, saying effing holler like everybody else has throughout the series so far.
Yes, I love that.
I just love how it all kind of correlated there.
Yeah. Well, I loved the lead up to that scene where she says that the reveal about Grace. I mean, I don't know if anybody was supposed to have noticed it, but that was a good reveal, when she's like, well, so where is,
the fake Janine?
Yeah.
Janine, yes. Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite moments.
Yeah, I had that as one of my favorite moments too, because she's so sassy. I mean, I had a couple of favorite Lorna moments. So she was just so sassy to call Agent Ruth, and then it's like, yeah, look out your window, I'm right here. And then she just got like no fear, all of that, and she's just eating her ice block, and she's just saying all the stuff, and then when we see the reveal, it's when it's like, come on, let's go, quick.
Yeah, move along.
Get out of here.
Let's get out of here. And
I was a bit suspicious the first time I watched. I was suspicious. Is that really Janine? Would she actually
to have her sitting out in the open like that too, just kind of like, now she's hiding from these people, but she's sitting on a public bench.
Yeah,
spot next to the
then I was like, well, who could it be? Who could it be? And it just didn't even trigger that Grace has now been brought into their little gang, like full on. She's passed the test, because that one of my other favorite moments was when they were at the billboard and they were taking selfies in front of her billboard, and then it was, Lorna's, I'll see you at the spa tomorrow, and yes, I'm going to, give her the 3rd degree, just gonna make sure that she's all right and she's good enough for Izzy,
Yes.
And she clearly is totally good enough, and they make such a good team and all that. So now we've got a bigger family, and it's so much fun.
Yes.
But obviously, like Dawn Ruth, she was frustrated with it, but obviously impressed that Mickey had forced their hand. Like that was a big deal. But then to find out that he'd faked it, too, was just icing on the cake.
Holler.
Yeah. Yep. That put her over the edge.
It's also the attitude of Dawn Ruth. It's like, oh yeah, we'll get you out once when we close our case. It's like,
what?
When is that going to be?
When is that?
Yes.
When is that going to happen?
Well, you messed up the whole thing when you waived the speedy trial. It's like, what?
But it's okay, Mike. There's a moratorium on the death penalty in California. Yeah, that just makes it all right,
He'll just sit in prison until they figure out their case, and it'll be year and a half, 2 years go by, and he's wasting away. That's great for Mickey.
It's funny because she could open them up to a massive lawsuit, right? When he does come out, then he could just say, not only was it wrongful imprisonment or whatever all the legal jargon is, but they knowingly,
Yeah.
deliberately sent him to prison
Right,
without even
right,
trying to make the because they could make the case go away and then
right.
it would just be he won't go to prison, but then he won't say anything and the truth won't come out until they've solved their case either. But
Yeah.
no, we're just going to let you play it out and we won't do anything about it. And we're not going to help you. We're not going to turn up to testify. You can just go to jail and then anything can happen.
Yep.
Knowing that, he's already pissed off the sheriff's department and they'd already tried to mess him up in
Hmm.
jail. So
Yes.
I know yeah, I don't like them.
Yes.
Well, was anybody else on edge when Judge Stone asked Mickey did he have any more witnesses, and he was like, "Your Honor, I'd like to call." And then he's
Oh
just like
yeah, I was
clicking
nervous.
the
Yeah.
pen, and it's just like, what real courtroom would
I
allow
know.
that?
So I just want to jump in here, Tarsha. I'm so glad you brought that moment up because that was the moment that we got to see being filmed live. So we
Oh,
only saw the lawyers' tables. So you saw Dana and her second. You saw Mickey and Maggie, the jury. And Lorna's kind of stressfully looking at Mickey like, I don't know, type of thing. And then the
Right.
zoom up on the door. We didn't get the opposite side of that. We didn't see the bailiff or the judge's assistant bringing him up the note. We just heard the voice. It's like we heard the voice of the judge saying his
Yeah.
lines.
Mm.
So yeah, so we saw that scene being played out in like 10 different ways and different angles and shots and stuff like
very
that. So
cool.
So was
yeah,
the judge not even sitting there when they shot certain
I
bits?
don't know for sure because we didn't get to in the courtroom. We were in the quote unquote judges' chambers of the set was
Oh,
where they
okay.
had their video pack set up, and so yeah,
Yeah.
so we were in a different portion of it. So I didn't get into the courtroom to see all the layout and stuff because obviously they're filming and they have a schedule to keep. So
Right.
but yeah, so that was the scene we got to see. So we didn't know what was going on and why Mickey was A, stalling, and B, Judge Stone got this note or got this thing, was interrupted basically, and then told that I want to see counsel in chambers. I'm like, oh, what's going to happen next? I guess I have to
Right.
wait until the season comes out to find out. So yeah,
I do love that scene in Chambers though,
yep,
because it was
Oh yeah,
like
with Berg.
and how angry Dana
Oh,
was.
she
And
was so upset.
I actually felt bad for her in a
I
way
didn't.
because she
I
worked
did not.
so hard.
No
She'd been
sympathy.
given it
nope,
all
Tasha,
the
I'm always
entire
trying to play
trial.
the devil's advocate. If we were viewing this story from the other side, if you were her and you'd worked so hard and you thought, and it was coming close to the end of the trial, right?
But
yeah,
So
would,
you'd
as a
worked so hard and
prosecutor, you want
suddenly,
to put the right person behind bars? Do you really want to put somebody who they're
but
telling
she
you is
believes
innocent
that he's the right person
and they're
based
telling
on
her
what
he's
we.
not? You
Yeah.
can't, how do you sleep at night,
yeah.
Iceberg? I mean,
Valerie has a heart of gold, unlike Dana Berg. So Dana Berg's heart is black.
Well, yeah, it was funny when Maggie's like, "You still think he did it?" It's just
yeah.
Yes.
It's just like, really,
she
lady? Did
couldn't
you
let
haven't
go.
heard anything that they've
Yeah,
said in these chambers? Where have you been?
Yeah, she
Yes.
couldn't
yeah,
let go. So it
So I
was
I
just a
think
love,
she hates
small,
Mickey. She just hates him.
for
yeah,
sure.
yes, she
And it was
does.
just a small clip, but I'm glad we got to see a little bit of her doing that press conference
Oh,
yes.
where she
yes.
had to
Yes.
say he was,
Yep. Where
exonerated.
she actually had to do what Adam Suarez
Yeah.
requested her to do. But it was also Judge Stone's saying that, I'm sorry this has happened to you and you're welcome to my courtroom anytime. From what we've
Mm,
read in the books, that's like the top of the echelon for comments from judges to lawyers is that
mm.
you're welcome in my court anytime. And I just hope it's on the opposite side of that table.
Right, right.
So yeah, so I love that moment there too.
Wasn't
Many
there a
good
similar
moments.
thing in Bosch where a judge said that to Bosch that you're welcome
Yeah, it
in
was
my
soon to be his
courtroom?
girlfriend, or their
Oh, yes, that's
it was
right.
in season 5 when he was on, or when they're doing the habeas trial,
Yeah, yeah.
Judge Sobel.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
they
R.I.P.
were boyfriend,
R.I.P. Judge
girlfriend.
Sobel.
Yeah, I know. I didn't like the way that one ended. And speaking of which, the aftermath of that of the judge's chambers, Mickey and Maggie embracing in the hallway, and Mickey almost, I
Yes.
mean, that brought me to tears because Mickey was almost kicking himself because he thought he was going to walk himself into jail with
Yeah.
not taking the
Yeah.
deal. So many good moments in this episode, even though they went by so quick. Tracey, do you have one you want to bring up any more on your list there? Because I have one more.
Well, let me just say something about
Yeah, go
your
ahead.
favorite moment just now, Mike, with them embracing in the hall. That was also one of my favorite moments. Basically, just the exoneration and the moments after it. Really, when Mickey just turns that corner and it just hits him that it's
Yeah, the
over.
gravity of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like that moment of realization and the relief all at once. And it's just like, and that's when Maggie embraces him. It's just like, it's over. It's okay. It's, it's just like,
Yeah, she was practically holding him up because it's like
yeah,
the
yeah. The
weight
weight
was
of
just
all
so
of it.
much.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
on a much lighter note, Haley called out Mama Elena about the DoorDash. That was
Yes.
good. That was fun.
Yeah, it was good to see Haley and Elena back from Mexico in this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah,
We
I didn't
didn't
know if
get
we
I
would.
love that scene. I love that scene.
Yep.
And the fact that Elena and Maggie seem to get along in that
Mhm.
scene, even
For
Yeah.
though
a little bit of
But
time
just
together.
a tiny bit, even though
but
Elena
at
doesn't
the
like Maggie.
at the end, Mama sends a text and says, "Hey, I found you a nice Mexican girl."
Yeah.
So that was a fleeting moment, I
A
guess, for
fleeting
her.
moment.
She's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
trying to get him with a good Mexican girl.
Last favorite moment I had written down was Mickey getting his car back. Great to see that. Driving
Yeah.
around LA. I like
Yes.
the conversation with Izzy and him where she was like, well, do you have an exorcism performed on it type of thing?
Yes.
Yes.
But it was also Mickey saying, I'm hoping this doesn't come true. Mickey was saying something about possibly putting his house on the market, and I
Yes.
really hope that doesn't happen
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I got a view inside the house. I got to see the house inside a couple days before they were filming probably these scenes at the dinner with Elena and Haley and all them. So I really hope that house doesn't get sold or Mickey doesn't sell that house because it's just a beautiful location, a beautiful view, obviously.
It's a little bit like when we were nervous about Bosch selling his house.
Mm.
Exactly.
We had that fear for a little bit.
Yep. And one more thing I wanted to mention, I just saw in my notes was, did anybody else think that like a car accident was going to happen to Maggie and Haley as they were heading towards San Diego? Because
Mm-mm.
we know
Mm-mm.
that they
No.
always have like these cliffhanger endings,
Right.
and when they were driving, I'm like, oh great, where's the car that's going to come through an intersection and hit them or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I was waiting for the shoe to drop somehow, but
Yes.
I didn't think about a car accident
Yeah.
that
Okay.
wouldn't come to mind.
So
No,
I'm the
but
only
I
one
can
that
see
has
that
these
now.
dark thoughts.
And
It
I
was
usually
supposed to be a
always
happy.
predict doom and gloom, but no, I didn't get that vibe.
No,
Okay.
me neither. We were getting a happy ending, Mike.
I
We were
Yes.
thought.
getting that nice
Well.
family, and Haley's asking Maggie about Jack,
Yep.
and and we
Well,
kind of get the feeling Jack is gonna be bye-bye because
yay,
she's
Tracy.
been away. She
Woo!
never even talks about him. He's like, see you later.
Well,
Yep.
she did say she had to get back to her job. She didn't say I have
Yeah.
to get back to Jack. We have this budding
That's
romance, and
it.
I like to see
That's
where it
it.
goes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Nope, I'm
See
going back
We
to
that
won't
work.
be seeing Jack again.
if
No.
you didn't listen to our episode 7 little outtakes, Valerie's not a fan of Jack either. So
No, no, no.
well,
I already tried the devil's advocate early on when he first appeared. It's hard to compare with Mickey, but then
Right.
it's like, nah,
yep.
nah.
Poor
See you
Jack.
later. You can
Oh,
go in the same bucket as Maddie's boyfriend Tom.
yes.
Yeah.
So a few points I want to bring up before we hopefully possibly move on here is so I loved on Lorna's billboard it said lethal and lovely. I know we talked about the billboard
Yes.
scene. So I like that little slogan there. And then we had 3 moments that I talked to Dailyn about was we talked about Grace, the billboard scene, and whether or not we'll see Grace in season 5. So
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
keep
hope
Okay.
so.
It
so
seems
keep
like they're
listening
setting
on
it
that.
up for that.
Well, it was also one of the scenes that I asked about was the switcheroo between Janine and Grace, and Dailyn had a nice little insight to that. So please listen in for that later on here, and stay
Yeah.
tuned to the end because I was floored by that reveal. So I was happy to hear that. So, but yeah, anything else before we talk about the little cliffhanger ending? And
I mean, speaking of favorite moments, there's the
well,
big
that's the
one.
top of the list.
Yeah, yeah. So
Mm.
let's go
So
ahead, go into
let's
it.
go into it. For our second segment, we did a character reveal where we get this character reveal at the end of the episode. Who wants to jump in and talk about that besides everybody's?
Well, that was very dramatic. how the reveal happened,
Yes.
which followed this shootout that came out of nowhere. Like when she meets him in the car park, I thought, oh, what's going on? Like, and then she says, get down. And you just think, oh, she's like an undercover cop or
Yeah.
something.
Right.
So that reveal, I just never expected. But now I'm curious, like, so what's her background? Did she just really happen to see somebody who looked at Mickey the wrong way? Like,
Yeah,
Yep.
and what are the instincts that she was
Yes.
yeah,
referring to?
yeah,
What specifically were those instincts from? So,
yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I thought she was just somebody that thought Mickey was hot in the grocery store and was,
I mean, that's believable,
trying
right?
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
trying to,
yeah.
hit on him or whatever until we got in the parking lot and she followed him and told him to get down.
I think I
But
even said to my son, we were watching together, I was like, we don't need another person for him to be interested in right now, because we got all this Maggie content.
Yeah, you
So,
just got out of
yeah.
jail
Yes.
and exonerated. So, yeah.
well,
So it
because
was really,
technically they're probably half siblings, so they're not really full siblings.
Mm.
So if there was still an interaction there, no, I'm just kidding.
No, no, no.
Oh no, this is not Game of Thrones.
And
Oh, that's
and
right.
actually,
Sorry.
the thing I thought
Last
about
time.
was, oh my God, is Mickey feeling this lady? And then when she reveals who she is, it's just like later on, do you think, oh my God, I almost like my sister. I thought my sister
yeah,
was hot,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What in the world, man?
Exactly. It looked like
Mm.
he was about to approach her to ask
Yeah,
her for her phone
and that's
number.
what I thought. It's just like,
Yep.
oh, you almost hit on your sister. And my
Exactly.
other thought was, the song Papa Was a Rolling Stone. It's just like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Because we know that's not mama's baby.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's daddy. So that's another whole
Exactly.
story. I'm interested to find out the backstory. And my question for you guys, I actually have in my notes the sister twist, and ask you guys, is that in the books? Is that also in the books?
Well, he has a half brother who is Harry
Wow.
Bosch. So this is going to be a female Harry
Mm.
Bosch. So, and Dailyn Rodriguez and I talked about the name, what her name was, because I personally hadn't seen it, but there are articles out there with the name. But if you want to keep listening in to find out what the name is, I'll butcher the first name. I just know that she was named after another famous painter that kind of had dark undertones like Hieronymus Bosch did. So stay tuned to find out that first name or that first name. The she goes by Emmy, EMI. So
Okay.
curious to see how that plays out next season.
For sure.
Mm.
Yeah, like that's why I said, would have been nice to see Titus eyeing Mickey in the produce section there, but nope, can't get that, so it's fine.
I mean,
It's fine.
there was the excitement over the reveal of him having a sister and such, but it was also cool to see Dawn Ruth there protecting him, looking out for him. That was a
Yeah.
good moment,
A little late though. I mean, there's already gunshots that rang out before.
Yeah, maybe she didn't protect him as well as his sister, did she?
Yes.
No.
Speaking of which, his sister's being played by Kobe Smulders, who's I know her from the Marvel movie. She played Agent Hill, especially in Agents. Was she in Agents of Shield often? I can't
Agents of
remember.
Shield, and
Okay.
she was in a bunch of the movies as well.
Yeah.
Marie Hill,
Yeah.
love her.
And of course,
The
How I Met Your
original
Mother.
MCU.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
How I Met Your Mother was a big
Oh, okay.
yeah.
show for
And
her.
Valerie, didn't you say she's in Shrinking recently too?
She's in Shrinking. Yeah, was reunited with Jason Segel in
Okay.
Shrinking.
Oh,
So
for How I Met Your Mother, right?
from
Okay.
now, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I never watched How I Met Your Mother. I remember Jason Segel from the Muppet movie. He's got a good
Yes.
singing voice. But yeah, so I also asked Dailyn how that came about with Kobe Smulders joining the cast and crew and everything. So it was good conversation. So yeah, cliffhanger ending. Can't wait to see what happens in the next season. Season 5 is currently being filmed right now too, which is great.
Cool.
They're busy plugging away already. So hopefully by this time, at the same time next year, hopefully we'll get the 5th season. But don't quote me on that. I'm just shooting it out there. So the last task I asked you guys to do was favorite character from the season. So who did you guys come up with for your favorite character of the season? Tracey?
Tracey.
I asked to go first, so mine doesn't get taken. Well, it can get taken. We can have the same
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
But Maggie this season was
Nice.
the favorite for me. Yeah, just it
Yeah,
was,
seeing
It was top of my list too.
yeah.
Yeah, she was second on my list, so that's okay. You could take her.
She's not on my list, believe it or not.
Well, there you go.
I have
Okay.
a strong one and a close and a two. I have
Okay.
a close
Okay.
second.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, my favorite is Lorna.
Nice.
I just
Good
think that
choice.
she just shined the season,
Yep.
She did.
the stepping up for Mickey, building her own, I guess not law practice, but practice within his practice.
Her
Just trying to
clientele.
do whatever she needed to do to keep firm afloat,
Yep.
and just she's just so smart and just
Mm-hmm.
she learned from the best, and she just really is Laura's slick, and I love that about her, and she dresses so cute. I love those
An
blue
amazing
shoes she had on
wardrobe.
in the show, the shiny blue shoes.
Amazing wardrobe.
Yeah.
Every single time.
And my second, even though you said favorite, but I just have to throw an honorary mention. I like Judge Stone.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he was very good.
I think he was just a strong supporting player this season.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Valerie, who do you have?
Well, I mean, I wrote down four because I figured everybody else would take, and Tasha, you just named two of the ones that I mentioned, and of course Tracy already mentioned. So my one is going to be the unpopular opinion. I know nobody's going to pick her.
Uh-oh.
It's going to be Dana.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She has worked hard. She did what she thought was right, and
Yeah.
she has been as fair as you can be when you're looking from, the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also like that, there's no romantic interest between
Yeah.
her and Mickey this
Yeah.
time.
Right.
I'm like, I'm just so sick of it. Why do they all have to be a romantic interest? Can't a
Yep.
woman just be professional, do her job really well, and not
Right.
have some dude making eyes at her?
Right.
Like,
Valid
in the
point.
courtroom.
Very valid point.
So I like that. I like that she was just tough and try to do her best at her
Yeah.
job. As much as we go, oh, iceberg and all that. But you know what? That's what women in tough positions in a man's world, that's what you do. You do
She was
your job well and
yeah.
you get all these no awful nicknames. But she does her job.
Well,
So
yeah,
She's a
she's just
fantastic character. I mean,
for
yeah.
sure. I mean, she's
yeah.
the antagonist. We love it when Mickey pulls a fast one or gets these little bits of information and manipulates them. And, he's ethical, but, or, doesn't cross the line, but sort of twists things. When she did stuff like that, we hated it. She's just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's the villain. But she
Yeah.
did, it is good to stop and think about it from her perspective as well.
Yeah.
Right,
Yep.
right.
Where do you guys rank the prosecutors from the series so far?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious. I kind of threw in my head because Dana or Valerie, with you saying that Dana stepped up, did the work, and was a really good. Tracy, you said antagonist to Mickey. So I was kind of curious where you guys rank Dana Berg in the scheme of these 4 seasons of
I didn't
prosecutors.
like Andy, so Dana is clearly my
I would say
favorite.
Dana would be my number one.
Okay.
Yeah.
She just really she stands out. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's just she's a great character. I would love to be the actress, playing that character. That's the kind of role that that you would want.
Yep.
Yeah.
Golance is definitely on the bottom.
Okay.
For me. For me.
Yes.
He's just,
Yeah.
he just, for many reasons.
Even
But-
more than the shark from season 3. I did not
Oh,
I did not like Mustache Guy last year. So
yeah.
Oh, I forgot all about Mustache Man.
I kind of forgot about him
About
too.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. He's forgettable.
he's got one of those
No.
faces you just want to.
Golance, I just never found him sincere and genuine. I just, in the back of my mind, I just kept thinking about him, having gone out with Maggie and
Yeah.
just like that was a distraction or something. I
Yep.
don't know.
Yeah.
Anytime that Mickey and him had a one-on-one conversation,
Yeah.
he always kind of brought up something about Maggie that that he
Yeah.
noticed, type of thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I want to rank Dana at number 1 for prosecutors that Mickey's gone up against throughout these 4 seasons.
think
Yeah.
so.
Really,
He met his match.
yeah. But for my favorite character of the season, since Tarcia, you kind of took my number 1 of Judge
Well, we
Stone.
can all have our favorite, and it could be the same.
Yeah.
I know, but I also want to give this character a lot of credit too. He did a hell of a lot of work. Cisco, he even
Yeah.
took a beating in the process this season. Getting
Literally.
Mickey back, getting Mickey back to LA County by midnight when they were out in Phoenix. So,
Yeah.
or out in Arizona, it wasn't Phoenix, but out in Arizona. So it's
Right,
like, I mean,
right.
so Cisco had a hell of a season and even put his marriage on the line type of thing, trying to get
Yeah.
Gazarian served with the subpoena. So
Yeah.
great season by Cisco, great season by all the actors and cast and crew this season.
Yeah, he
What?
did really have to make some tough choices
Yep.
on, whether he was going to keep pursuing Kazarian or, Lauren was so worried and he wasn't completely upfront with her all the time, but he was trying to toe the
Right.
line, but that
Yep.
was tough.
He did look pretty cozy in that robe at the hotel, though. So,
Yeah. But it's not a vacation.
no, no, definitely not a vacation. No, having to
Not in
watch
Palm
Janine
Springs.
and
Who
yeah,
goes
not
to
in
Palm
Palm
Springs
Springs.
for a vacation?
Nobody.
Alrighty, let's move on to our Sparks meters. What did you guys have for this episode? And if you wanted to throw out a Sparks meter for the season 2, feel free. So, what do you guys have for Sparks meter?
I had 4.5, but then I added a 0.5 for the reveal.
Oh, so a 5.
Okay,
So
she was
I
at
got a
4.5 and she
It
went
was
up to
like
5.
right up until the end. It was 4.5, and then we get the reveal, and I'm like, whoa, what's
Yep.
gonna happen here? Like the excitement of the shootout, and then the reveal. I'm like, okay, you get an extra half point. Now you're 5.
Yeah.
There you go.
I gave it a 5 as well. I think they hit it out of the park. The last 2 episodes of tying everything together. You had to work at it a little bit this season. There was a lot of threads
A
Mhm.
you had to
lot
put
of
together, but
threads.
the payoff was really good.
Yeah.
And the reveal at the end was fantastic too. Some finally something not so depressing to
Yes.
happen at the
Yeah.
end.
I gave it a 5, my first 5 of the season.
Nice.
It's just amazing to me how in such a short episode, Tracey just said everything was tied up and tied up so well. I mean, the writing is just excellent, especially when they went and did the whole backstory with Sam and Gazarian
Mm-hmm.
and explaining why the FBI wanted, their investigation and all of that. So it just, everything just came full circle. The explanations were clear. All the characters were on point. It was just a good episode. And there was just, it wasn't a lot of doom and gloom. There were some light moments. And again, the reveal was the biggie for me, that just even at the end, we got a little bit more excitement. So I'm really looking forward to the next season.
We're across the board 5s all the way around. That's nice. I love it.
Woo!
Nice.
Can I?
I
Yeah,
just
sorry.
love that Mickey got his car back. Obviously, it looked different with the top up. It really looked different when he first
It
got to the
did.
town lot. But I also want to say thank you to Netflix for renewing the show for a 5th season before the 4th season dropped. And I'm really hoping they keep it going for at least 1 or 2 more seasons after season 5. So let's get 6 or 7 seasons out of this.
It's so popular. I just can't see it going away. But
Yeah.
And Netflix, I think they're tough on renewals,
Yes.
to be
They
going
are.
into the 5th season, I think is fantastic and says
Yeah.
a lot about the quality of the show.
I wanted to make another point about wrapping up the show because we talked about was it the last time I was on with Officer Collins who actually
Mm-hmm.
sent that text, and we thought that was just going to be another loose end we'll never find out about. But in this episode, as part of the deal negotiation in Judge Stone's chambers, Mickey wants an investigation into Collins
Right.
and all of that. So, I mean,
Because
we don't find out, but he asked for it because clearly he also sees that there is this loose end
Right.
about who is trying to get him, if there is someone, this mystery affair woman
Yeah.
who never just sort of disappeared. But yeah, so that's another loose end that has been in a way tied up in that, Mickey hasn't forgotten. He's
Yeah.
keeping track.
Yeah.
Well, of
I
course.
think something with that will come back down the line, even if it's
I
just
think
a
so, too.
mention or something,
Yeah.
it's coming back.
They could use that. Yeah. You never know how that might tie in.
Yeah, exactly. So who wants to play a game?
Always.
I do. I'm not going to win, but I do.
Oh, don't sell
Never
yourself
win.
short.
I'm like, oh,
Especially if he's
all these
going over the
games are
whole
so
season. I'm
hard.
screwed.
Yeah, that's
Well,
gonna be
these
tough.
so this is a game I did for our Dig Down podcast season 1 episode 9 because it was time we couldn't get everybody on episode 10, so I did the game for episode 9 instead. So I was happy everybody joined in for this episode. So it's just a list of items that could be people, places, things that we've seen throughout the season here. So it's not specific trivia questions, it's just they're items, and I'm going to list off clues that will get you to the item. Each item has a list of 5 clues. They start off vague, but then they start kind of getting more specific. So if you want to shout your name and raise your hand to ring in to guess, you don't have to ring in right away. Every item's only 1 point. So I have 9 items, so it's a potential of 9 points, and I have a tiebreaker if needed. And if you ring in and you don't get the answer right, you're just out for that one item. So you're not out for the whole game, you're just out for that one item. So I'm going to jump in here and we'll see how we do. Item number 1, clue number 1. Social media can be involved. Clue number 2, might not get paid for being a part of this. Clue number 3, many methods are used to get out of this. Clue number 4, voir dire is involved with this.
Valerie, jury duty, jury selection.
Bingo, jury duty it is.
Nicely done.
Yeah, you lost me.
Well, the 5th clue was 12 people are selected to do this for a trial. So,
duh.
Alrighty. Item number 2. Clue number 1. This practice has been around for a very long time. Clue number 2. Taking advantage of a situation. Clue number 3. Some Mormon fundamentalists seem comfortable using this deception to do this. Clue number 4. Dr. Art Schultz testified about this process during Mickey's trial. And clue number 5. The phrase used for the scam with people taking money from the government.
Oh,
Believe
Valerie.
the beast.
Well, Valerie rang in first, though, with her name, so. Do I give the point to Tracey for saying the name?
Yeah, give the point to Tracey.
All right. Yeah, Tracey. Tracey, you get the point. Bleeding the Beast was that one, so 1 point for Tracey.
Man, your early clues just have me all over the place. It's just like I don't even know where you're going.
They start off vague. Like I said, they start off really vague. Alrighty. Item number 3, clue number 1, fancy. Clue number 2, bring an appetite. Clue number 3, date night. Clue number 4, the centerpiece of this place is a white Carrera marble bar where the chef can often be found composing dishes. Clue number 5, presided over by James Beard award-winning chef Nancy Silverton, this Michelin-starred restaurant celebrates traditional Italian cuisine and seasonality.
I don't remember the name.
I know I can't remember the name.
No.
Can I make kind of a sort of a guess?
Go ahead.
I mean, it seems like something like matzahs or something.
Close enough. Mozza.
Okay. It was like I was feeling something in my head, but I didn't know the exact name.
Ostera Mozza, the restaurant that Legal Seagull and Mickey have a date night at.
Yeah.
And they're the actual owner / chef does make an appearance, bringing him the plate and telling Mickey she hopes it's not his last meal. So, and it turned out to be his last meal before getting back into the thing. So, yeah. Alrighty. Tracey, you got 2 points. Valerie, you got 1. Tarcia, there's still 5 more items here, so plenty of time to get on the board.
Okay.
So, item number 4. These were formed back in 1833 by a French soldier named Eugene Francois Vidocq, or Vidocq, one of the two. He's French. Clue number 2. About 3,900 openings for these are projected each year on average over the decade. Many of those openings are expected to result from the need to replace workers who transferred to different occupations or exit the labor force, such as to retire. Clue number 3. They gather, analyze, and report information to clients regarding legal or personal matters. Clue number 4. Because they lack police authority, they are held to the same standards of conduct as private citizens.
Tracey,
go ahead.
Deputies?
Nope. So you're out for that one. Tarcia?
Private investigators?
Bingo! Tarcia's on the board.
Yay!
Good job, Tarcia.
Thank you. Finally.
Yes. Item number 5. Clue number 1. first came about in 1998. Clue number 2, thousands of these are sold each year. Clue number 3, great cargo capacity. Clue number 4, there have been 5 generations of these.
Tracey.
Lincoln
Navigator?
Yep, Tracey gets the point.
That was my
Is that what you're
answer.
gonna say, Tarcia?
Running away with this.
Alrighty. Item number 6. Clue number 1. Opened in June 1947, and the original owner and a friend paid $14,500 for the shop. Clue number 2 was almost forced out of business by recession and the urban blight of drugs and gangs in the early 1990s, but then rescued by, of all things, in Los Angeles, a Subway. Clue number 3, located across the street from MacArthur Park. Clue number 4, covers about 4,300 square feet at Alvarado and 7th Streets. It started as a small... Tarcia.
Oh my God, I'm trying to think of the name of the... I'm thinking it's the deli where Legal 8 is sandwich.
I'll give you the point for that.
I
I'll give you the
was
point
going
for
to
that.
say that, but
I can't think of the
have
name.
no idea
Yeah.
I'm
where
going
it
through. I
is.
have
I
all of
can't
my
think of the
notes
name.
from the podcast,
It's-
and it's just like I
it's
have it scratched
Langers.
out up here, and I can't read what I wrote.
Yep, Langers.
Like,
Langers. Okay.
I knew it was that deli from the first clue, and I'm just like, that's when I started looking through my notes. It's just like, where's
I was thinking that, but then if I just guessed that because the rest of the clues I have no idea about.
You guys are doing really good. So, Tarcia, you got 2 points. Tracey, you're at 3. Valerie, you're still at 1, but it's still anybody's game yet. Alrighty, so we got 2, 5, 6. Item 7. Clue number 1. First created in the 1940s. Clue number 2 translates to small stick in Spanish. Clue number 3 can be nice on a warm or hot day.
I'm gonna.
I
Yeah.
saw Tarcia's hand first.
Yeah, Tarcia was first.
Oh my God, I can't think. It's the ice cream from that cart. I can't think of the name of the ice cream. I just watched the episode. Oh, dang it.
So do we give her the points for that or what?
No,
We should,
I don't
yeah.
know the name.
Yeah, we should give her the point,
ice
but I
cream
think I know the name.
Yeah, from the
I'll
cart.
give you the point. But Tracy, go ahead and say it.
Was it
Tracy.
Paleta? No, was it Paleta?
Paleta.
Okay. No, but Tarcia got it. She knew what she was
Not
talking about.
really, but
You
I knew it was
explained
that
it.
ice cream.
You explained it. I have to try one next time I get out there. So
I think we all have to.
I leave
We'll
this
see where I can get one
podcast
in
every
Sydney.
week starving because
I
know.
It's just like,
I'm sorry, it's lunchtime. Sorry, it's just after 1 p.m. here.
I need a snack.
alrighty. Item 8. Clue number 1. These stand as a cornerstone of the legal system. Clue number 2 may require a protective order if sensitive information is involved. Clue number 3, originating from ancient legal traditions, these are indispensable in both civil and criminal contexts, enabling parties to gather evidence that might otherwise remain inaccessible. Tracy?
Discovery?
No. So you are out for this item.
I'm glad you said that because I was tempted to say that.
I'm out.
Tracy took the bullet, so Valerie's still in. Clue number 4. Pictures are normally used to verify the delivery of these.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I want to come back.
Oh my God.
Clue number 5. A legal written order to compel an individual to give testimony on a particular subject at a specific time and place.
Oh,
Tarcia?
Subpoena.
Yes. All righty. Good job so far, everybody. This is awesome.
Thank you, Tracy, for taking that hit.
Yep. I'm here for the group.
Thank you. Team's here.
Alrighty, final item. So we got Tarcia's at 4 points, Tracy's at 3, Valerie is still stuck at 1, but let's see how we do on this last item. And we're going to do the tiebreaker anyway, just because it's so much fun. Item number 9, clue number 1. The doors first opened in October 1917. Clue
there's a lot
number
of
2.
history in these questions.
Hey, LA is full of historical things. Clue number 2, this place is a microcosm of the historic immigrant communities that have shaped Los Angeles and a mosaic of the creativity and vision of the people who call this city home. Clue number 3, This fills the entire ground floor of the Beaux Art style Homer Laughlin building, the region's first steel reinforced fireproof structure. Clue number 4. Today, 40 stalls are home to an only in LA blend of legacy vendors, rising stars, and Tracey.
I'm starting to backpedal, but like the Grand Central Market?
Bingo. Good job.
Okay.
And we do have a tie, so we get to do the tiebreaker. Tracey and Tarcia both had 4 points. Sorry, Valerie.
The Georgia girl.
That's right. I have no idea about
Georgia's going
any
to
of
take
these
home
places.
the win, regardless.
Alrighty, so let's go to our tiebreaker here. So Valerie, you don't have to participate unless you want to after all the
This
clues
will be
we
the
read.
funny one where I will know the answer
Yeah,
to.
Valerie's going
You'll
to
know
know
it right
first.
away.
Alrighty, so tiebreaker item, clue number 1. Opened in 1962, it was constructed in less than 3 years at a cost of $23 million. Clue number 2, sometimes referred to as Blue Heaven on Earth.
Hmm.
Clue number 3, gentrification involved in the process of this being built. Clue number 4, located in the Elysian Park neighborhood of Los Angeles, California.
I'm just going to go ahead and take the hit.
Tarsha?
The LA County Courthouse.
Nope. So, Tracey, you can listen to the final clue before you make a decision on trying to answer. Clue number 5. It is the oldest ballpark in MLB west of the Mississippi River and the third oldest overall after Fenway Park in Boston and Wrigley Field in Chicago. It is the largest baseball stadium in the world by seat capacity. Tracey, what do you got?
Dodger Stadium?
Dodger
He
Stadium.
drove past it. Yeah.
He drove past it? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Yep,
in the
he drove
final
past it.
episode. He drove past
Oh,
Finale.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, but you also see it plenty of times throughout the aerial shots, especially earlier on in the seasons when like a constant meeting place was Elysian Park, because that's where Mickey met with Maggie's client for the Soto's wife.
Yeah,
girlfriend
yeah.
wife.
Yeah.
Oh,
They met
yeah.
at
Yep.
they met at Elysian
Yep.
Park, which it overlooks both the LA Stadium or Dodger Stadium and downtown LA.
Yeah.
Too easy. So Tracey, congratulations. You won the Lincoln Lawyer item game. Yay! You're awesome.
It is challenging though. I like this game. It's hard.
Yeah, I know. So I like ending the season on that game because then I'm hoping it challenges people listening too. It's like, oh, what's the answer? So, but great job this season. Great job, everybody. I'm really appreciative of all the help I've gotten from you guys this season and also the interviews that we've had with Matthew Lieberman, director Paula Garces, and obviously Dailyn Rodriguez, the boss, co-showrunner, writer, director. I mean, she wears so many hats. We discussed that in our interview, which you can listen to right after this. So
Stay
where we're
tuned.
going to say goodbye, but stay tuned for that interview with Dailyn Rodriguez because it's full of insights and some little tidbits for season 5. So, and with that, we'll say goodbye for this season and we'll be back for season 5 when that starts dropping. So stay tuned and we'll talk to you then. Let's say goodbye, everybody.
Good night.
See you
Bye,
later.
everybody.
Bye, everybody. Talk to you on the
Bye.
next one. Have a great rest of your week, everybody. Peace. I think that's Jay's sign off, isn't it?
Yeah. You could put a little J in there.
And to wrap up this episode of the Lincoln Law Pod, here is the second part of the interview I had with co-showrunner Dailyn Rodriguez. Enjoy. Okay, we're back. SMS got to interview Dailyn Rodriguez for the season 4. We kind of split it up into 2 interviews to kind of spread it out on 2 different podcasts. So Dailyn, thanks for joining us again for this one.
You're very welcome.
Awesome. Now, these questions are kind of more general, I hope. I hoping I get the wording correctly, or I was trying to figure out a way to try to ask some questions. But where did the storyline of Carter Gates kind of come about? I don't remember it in the books. Was it like based off a true story or something that you saw?
Once Lorna was not going to be on Mickey's was not going to be Mickey's co-counsel, we needed to find a B story for her. And Lisa Cantella, one of our writers, did some research and came in with a basic idea for this case. A lot of it based on the fact pattern about the Glock 19 and the NYPD, and we liked that part of the story. So based on that, we started working through a story that would work for her and that would come in through the prison through Mickey.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. And I also like that it was also a way to bring Dr. Arslanian back in.
Arslanian back, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I love that.
She's a fan favorite, I feel like. She's great on our show. Yeah.
Definitely in the books and in the show. And I think I asked Matthew specifically about this. Mickey has a way of, getting her to kind of, I know there wasn't a jury with Lorna's case, but I mean, kind of the way that Arslania presents herself, where it's like, I like to sing. And Matthew thinks that it was written in, but they probably didn't include it in that episode. But
Right.
obviously, without a jury to play off of, it's, one thing or another. But at least she really helped Lorna catch a victory, which Lorna much needed at that
Yeah,
point,
very
I
much
think.
so. She was feeling really down on herself. So I think it was like a much needed
Yeah.
moment of success for her.
Yep, definitely. I loved how she was kind of like, yes, and Izzy's like doing this little dance number going, really fun. Also, so many shows loves the addition of the Grace character for
Yeah, we
Izzy,
do
but
too.
also
Yeah.
also the way that she helps out in episode 10, posing as the girlfriend, Gazarian's girlfriend, Janine. How did her character come about? Who pitched that? Anything you know from that?
I think it was, I can't remember who's pitched that specifically in the room. It was probably a group effort. We wanted her to have a good experience in a relationship after having so many bad turns. And we liked the fact that she met her through the legal world. So we could have her sort of involved in the story. The little twist at the end with her pretending to be Janine was a Dailyn Rodriguez pitch special. That was my
Nice.
idea. I realized that she was like about the same height and the same color as Janine. And I
Okay.
was like, what if?
Kudos to you
you
on
know,
that. I didn't
yeah.
see that little twist until it was revealed at the end of the episode, so I
Yeah, it was
loved it.
fun. It was fun. And Gigi's just terrific and a really fun actress and they have a lot of chemistry. So we really lucked out like that. They've become kind of like buddies. So that's been great.
Any chance we get to see her in season 5? Fingers crossed.
We will. We will see her in season
Awesome.
5. Yeah.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. Thank you. I also, another character person I got to meet on my set visit was Adam Shapiro, and he
Yeah.
was cast as a guest star for the EPA expert. And I just love the pretzels that he did. Was that an every Tuesday thing? He'd bring
Yeah,
pretzels to you
no,
guys?
Adam, it wasn't every Tuesday. I think he maybe did it twice, but Adam became kind of popular during the WGA strike. He
Okay.
came out quite a few times and quite a few celebrities bought his pretzels for our strike lines. So
Okay.
Matthew and I, and a lot of people met Adam through the strike initially, like in 2023, because he was on the line a lot,
Okay.
providing pretzels, and we loved it. And then he just so happened to audition for the part, and he was just so great. And he's so great on The Bear. Also, he's just a really good
Yes.
actor and really great human. And so he came on and killed it for us, and then brought us some pretzels while
Nice.
he was at it.
Well, like I said, I was there for episode 10, like a small or small scene in episode 10. So it just kind of lucked out that we were there then at that time. So we got to try some of his pretzels. I remember him telling people around us or whatever, that when he was trying to get yeast during the pandemic, it was almost like making back alley deals with people. It felt like
I
back alley
bet.
deals. Let's see here. We loved seeing Nev Campbell having more of a prominent role in season 4.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Nev kind of slipped back into the role as easily as it looked on screen?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like, but this for her, I thought she was so excited to have all these scenes, especially with Manuel. But also, it's really the first time we see her really be the powerhouse attorney that, has given her the nickname McFierce. I think she really brought it, and she was so committed to it. And it's such an emotional story for her, too, because how much she cares about Mickey and what's on the line. And
Yep.
I think she really, like, committed so hard and did such a great job for us, season
Yep.
4.
I agree, because we're kind of talking about on our podcast, how she's kind of sprinkled into almost every episode. Oh, we're here for a Lakers game, or Jack had this
Yeah.
going on, or meeting Haley, or Mickey says I could use his office. So when she came in as the lawyer officially, and it's like she came out of the gate swinging right away. Her and Dana
Yeah.
trading blows back and forth in the courtroom there. Love seeing that in that 6th episode there. So, couple more questions to finish up here, and then I'll let you go. Did you have any favorite places or locations that were kind of top of your list, or a favorite of yours that were filmed in season 4?
favorite location. Grand Central Market was really fun that I shot in 407. It was a dream of ours to shoot there, and we didn't know if we were going to be able to because it's so busy and so crazy, but we got there really early in the morning and we're really specific about our shots, and that whole jury stuff is so much fun. I really loved shooting that. And it looked great on camera, and it's such an LA flavor. That's what I really loved about it. And it was fun to shoot at Moza with Nancy Silverton. That was great. You know, she's just an icon in Los Angeles, and it's such an iconic moment. I think like the line that Legal has, it's like the perks and perils of being famous, you know, which I think Mickey lives every day.
Yes.
It's like, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Grand Central Market is awesome. I did try the Donut Man, the Tiger Tails that were
Yeah,
shown in
you
season
did.
3.
Yeah.
So those were awesome. But Grand Central Market, when we're approaching the area at the time, there was the protests going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so my wife saw a bunch of cops standing around where the Donut Man bakery was. She's like, "Oh, take a picture and post that." I'm like, "No, I'm not going to piss off LAPD while we're visiting."
Yeah.
So.
Bad idea.
Yes, not a good idea to irritate LAPD while we're out there visiting. The scenes with Lorna in front of her billboard, was that an actual billboard, or was that added in?
Yeah, actually, oddly enough, that billboard is down the street from where I live. So I walked over to the set that day.
Oh, nice.
And it's a very large billboard that usually has something about like it's advertising usually a private school, like a kid's private school. And so we burned it in later. So we did put it up. So it's done later in VFX.
Okay. I was just kind of curious if you guys actually did rent a billboard to
yeah, no, that's what you throw it up later in VFX. That's the easiest way to do it. Yeah.
I appreciate that because, like I said, didn't know for sure. Let's see here. And then 2 more questions to finish up. Kobe Smulders, how did the casting process go for her being cast as Mickey's sister? And
well, we were actually I was one of the people that pitched her early on. I didn't think that we would get her because she's kind of a big deal.
Yes.
I didn't think we'd get her, but she responded to the material. We had a Zoom with her. She loves that we shoot in LA because she lives in LA with her husband and her kids. And we were lucky enough that she was wrapping up on Shrinking. We not wanted an actress that had good comedy chops that you could also believe that used to be a cop. So somebody with a little gravitas, but also humor. Yep. And you believe her as Mickey's sister. She's tall. They have some similarities. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So she was kind of perfect casting for us. And she couldn't be lovelier. She's just wonderful and was game and was excited. And we're having a great time shooting with her right now. So
good. Because I was kind of curious about that because it's like you kind of see them making eyes at each other, Mickey. And is there a name for her yet, or is she just known as Mickey's sister at this point?
No, so we've named our actor and artist as a shout out to Bosch.
Okay.
Because I'm sure the fans know we can't use Bosch on our show. So we have named her Artemisia Finch. She's named after Artemisia Gentileschi, who is a Baroque painter around the same time as Caravaggio.
I love that name. Sorry to interrupt, but I love that name. But keep going, please.
Yeah, her name's Artemisia Finch, and we call her Emmy. And everybody calls her Emmy, but her name's Artemisia. And she's named after an artist.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate that.
And then you hear the whole backstory pretty quickly at the top so I won't give too many other spoilers, but that is her name.
I appreciate that. I'm kind of the person that doesn't like spoilers. It's like if I want spoilers, I can read a book.
Well, that her name was already released on Deadline, so I'm not really spoiling anything. But that was the thought process behind it, is that she was named. We wanted a little bit of a wink to Hieronymus Bosch.
Yeah,
you can't get Hieronymus Bosch as his half brother, so we thought that this was a fun little wink to the Connolly verse and the Connolly fans that we would name her after an artist, and a very, very important female artist who very famously painted a lot of women beheading men from the Bible. So
little similarities all around, right?
Yeah, exactly. A dark painter, just like Hieronymus Bosch was.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. And then just to wrap up here, Netflix has been amazing, renewing the show for a 5th season before the 4th season dropped. And you were just saying earlier, before we started the interview process, you guys are actually working on filming season 5 right now.
That's right.
What exactly, not to give away any big plots or anything, but what exactly is going on at this moment behind the scenes wise, or notes that you have? That you can share, I should say. That you
Yeah,
can
right
share.
now we're in the second block. We're shooting. We just started today. We just started episodes 3 and 4. I can tell you that we're introducing new characters. You're gonna get to know Emmy Finch and her family.
Okay.
We're gonna learn her backstory, and we're gonna go on a journey with her and Mickey that have just discovered that they're siblings and what that means. That's sort of the emotional journey of the season, and then we're gonna have a case. And you're just going to have
Nice.
to watch it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will definitely be lining up to watch it right when it drops. So don't worry about
Okay.
that. So thank you very much for your time.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate all the inside knowledge, and I mean, it's just nice to catch up a little bit every once in a while too. So
Of course.
I
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
And from all of us at SMS, so many shows.com, we wish everybody a great time filming. And how long is filming slated to last here?
We're probably shooting through the beginning of July.
Okay. Well, congratulations on the 5th season renewal, and looking forward to it when it drops.
Thanks so much, Mike.
Talk to you next time.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye. As we wrap up our discussion on the season 4 finale of The Lincoln Lawyer, it's also time to conclude this season of the Lincoln Law Pod. All 4 seasons of The Lincoln Lawyer are available now on Netflix, and season 5 is currently filming. We're grateful for the opportunity to bring this podcast to our listeners and hope they've enjoyed the journey with us. At So Many Shows and SoManyShows.com, we're passionate about exploring a wide range of topics. I'd like to extend a personal thank you to each of our listeners for their support. You can find more of our content on the So Many Shows YouTube channel, including our popular mashup podcasts. Don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there, please. For the latest news and updates, follow at Lincoln Law Pod on Twitter and Instagram. We'll reconvene with season 5 when it starts dropping, so be sure to stay tuned for updates on our Facebook group page, The Lincoln Lawyer Lounge. And finally, I want to extend a huge thank you to our guest hosts this year, including Tracey, Pete, Valerie, Tarcia, and especially for our insightful interviews with writer Matthew J. Lieberman, director Paula Garces, and co-showrunner Dailyn Rodriguez. Thank you all, have a great summer, and I will talk to you next time.